All right, I've been asked the same question about 10,000 times, and that means it's another boring story time from Daniil. EPS carry, this one is just an EPS, not a carry. Red dot sight works the same way as your 407s and 507s. A whole bunch of Holosuns work very similarly. Look at your manual if I did miss something, but since nobody is reading the manual, let's have this conversation real quick. These guys have no solar, right? So no third mode, whatever, don't worry about it. Chances are you have the same darn sight as I do, so let's have this conversation. You have minus and plus buttons, right? Very often people will tell me, hey, my sight is dead. Right now, it looks like it's dead, right? There is no dot. There is a dot, you're just not seeing it. It's just really, really dim. First four modes, right? So it's got a minus button and a plus button, right? First four modes are gonna be night vision modes. So if you, when racking the slide, end up in a night vision mode, the first four clicks of the plus will get you out of it on the fifth click, right? But if you're one of those four and you're not seeing the dot, let's see if we can actually simulate it. Lights off. There it is. You can barely see the dot right above it. See that little red speck? It's in night vision mode. It's on. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a look at it. There is our dot, right? 4 clicks gets it out of the night vision mode, and all of a sudden you can see it. I'll click up a whole bunch more. There is your nice bright dot. Yeah, I know camera is messing with it, but that's your minus and plus. So if you think you are in, your dot went out or whatever it is, good chance you racked it, pressed the minus, and went into the first 4 settings out of the 12, right? So the first 4 are night vision, and after that you go into normal. Now, if you do it constantly, maybe you should ask your instructor about the technique that you're using when you're racking the slide. But if you don't feel like it, let's understand how to lock this guy out. So let's say you are super duper Machmir and your rabbi is very strict, and he says that you should try to prevent pressing LED brighter or dimmer on Shabbos or whatever the heck other reason that you have. And he says, lock out the dot. Make it that you can't change the brightness. How do we do that? Let's see if I can show you. Aim, look through the dot, figure out the brightness. Let's say I want it this bright and I like it like that. So we're going to keep it like that. I'm going to press the plus button and hold it for 3 seconds. You're going to see it blink. That's a lockout. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's in lockout mode. I can press minus million times, plus million times. Absolutely nothing is going to happen to it. To get it out of lockout mode, you guessed it. Same plus button, same 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Blinks again, and now it is adjustable again, right? That's the number 1 thing. Let's have a conversation about number 2 thing. The number 2 thing is going to be our shake awake. So a lot of these dots come with a shake awake mode. At all, tapping, touching, picking up the gun, even walking into the same room and shaking the dresser a little bit will take this thing and make it go on. These sights go on by pressing any button. Let's say plus, and that's gonna get us the dot. Let's make it brighter just so you can see it. Cool. And they go off by pressing 2 buttons, plus and minus together. So if I hit them both together for 1 second, the dot is gonna go off, right? Now, if your rabbi is super duper duper Machmir and he told you that you should keep this thing, turn off the shake awake, right? And he doesn't believe in a whole bunch of leniencies that you can use, which is, again, you do you. But it comes with 4 different options. Shake awake can be, option number 1 is 10 minutes, option number 2 is an hour, 3 is 12 hours, and 4 is off, no shake awake. It just stays on forever. It's trying to conserve the battery. Again, we can have a whole cool rabbinical conversation. We're not gonna about why you should do one and not the other, but let's understand how this works before we start actually making it work, right, and figure out where you want to keep it at. So it comes from the factory on a setting number 1. But how do you get to the settings altogether? Not setting number 1 is 10 minutes. How do you get to the settings altogether? So here's how you get to those settings. The dot is on. I'm going to press the same plus button, and I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds. So I'm going to ignore that lockout that is going to go to on second number 3, and I'm just going to keep holding. Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is 4 blinks. Saw it? 4 blinks. That mine is in extra Machmir Shabbos mode. It's 4 off, right? So 4 means it's in off. It never is gonna, the dot is never gonna go to sleep on shake awake. So pressing the plus button right now is gonna just keep blinking 4 times, right? So I'm gonna try to adjust it and go past 4, right? So I'll press plus. It just says, hey, you're stupid. 4 is all I got. I'm gonna press plus again. Hey, you dumbo. 4 is all I got, right? So let's try to press minus. I press minus, and it's going to go to 3. 3 means it's going to stay on for 12 hours, and then it's going to go to sleep, right? I'm going to press it one more time, down. So that's 2. It's going to go to sleep after 1 hour. And this is 1. It's going to go to sleep after 10 minutes. Let's say I decided I want to, keep it at 1. So what I'm going to do right now that I know it's at 1, I'm going to go ahead and hit 2 buttons at the same time, put it to sleep. Right, so the dot went away, no more dot. I'm going to turn it on. Now I do get the dot, but this dot is now on for 10 minutes on shake awake, right? It's going to go to sleep after 10 minutes. Let's understand what we're talking about. I'm going to press it for 10 seconds again, and you're going to see that it's going to blink back at 1 mode. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1, right? So that 1 blink, right? Now I'm going to switch it back to 4 because that's how I like mine. Because I'm that froom. There is my 1. That's 1 blink, right? Because I'm pressing minus button. Let's actually go to, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn it off. And now the dot went away. And we're on no shake away mode. Okay? You can still lock it if you want. You can press it for 3 seconds, lock it at the brightness that you want. But that's the way to lock out. To either take away the shake awake or switch the shake awake to whatever you want. That's the way to do it. Now, this only works for the Holosuns that don't have any kind of solar on top of it. Now, if it does have a solar, just look at the manual. There's a third mode. I'm not going into it. Most people have this ones, and most people that ask me questions have this ones. So we'll just go for that. That's that. Good luck.